So, in this new lecture of double sideband suppressed carrier modulation, today we'll study about the ring modulator. So, what we have is you have the four diodes D1, D2, D3, and D4. They all forming a ring. That's why they are forming a ring. That's why we call it as the ring modulator. So, this is the transformer over here. On one side, we are having the message signal empty. On the other side, we are having the carrier. So this is the message signal that we want to transmit, and this is the high frequency carrier. So this is how this is the double sideband suppressed carrier in which the carrier is changed, or we can say the amplitude is modulated with respect to the message signal. So this is how we are. But look at over here. The problem with the double sideband suppressed carrier is whenever the message signal crosses the zero, we are having a phase reversal, and we use the complex system for recovering it. So during the diodes, whenever the diodes D1 and D3 are forward bias, we have represented by them with the RF, the forward resistance, and the diode D4 and D2 will be reverse bias and represented with the RB, that is infinite. Similarly, for the negative half cycle, the D1 and D3 will be reverse bias, and D2, D4 will be forward bias. They are represented by the RF. So we'll study about the operation of this circuit. The operation that the diodes are, we have assumed the diodes as constant forward resistance RF. So on the positive half cycle of the carrier, the outer diodes are switched to their forward resistance RF that we have already described in the previous figure. On the other half cycle of the carrier wave during the negative, the diode separated in the opposite conditions. So what we have is the output voltage has the magnitude as the output voltage, but they have opposite polarity. In fact, the ring modulator acts as a commutator over here. The square wave carrier that we have generated using the Fourier series in the previous lectures, also we have generated this. So this is representing the carrier. So we have calculated this using the Fourier series. The total double S DSB-SC carrier, that is multiplication of the carrier with the message signal, give us these expressions. So we call this as the double balanced modulator. So why we call this the double balanced modulator? Because we don't have any when we don't have any single empty present over here or a single present here. We are always having the combinations of the message signal and the carrier signal both. We don't have individual either the message signal or either the carrier. So that's why it is called as the double balance, means it is balanced with respect to the input we are having. So ring modulator, assume that MT is limited to, this is the bandwidth of the message signal, and the carrier should be is always greater than the message signal, and this is how we represent this double sideband suppressed carrier that we want to transmit, and that is with respect to this expressions over here. So whenever we have this n is 1, so we'll put it over here. So this is the various initially it is at minus fc plus fc. The second we are having a 3fc minus 3fc, then 5fc minus 5fc. Always the bandwidth is twice of the bandwidth of the message signal, and the amplitude goes on decreasing. So what we require this much part of the signal to be transmitted. So we take it the circuit needed for generation modulated wave consists of the ring modulator followed by a band pass filter. The band pass filter will extract this much part and transmit it. Thank you.